If you're not sure whether you should be eating eggplants, then you should really watch this video. Today, I'll cover some awesome research around eggplant and give you 5 reasons for you to eat eggplant on a regular basis. I'll also give you 3 easy ways for you to prepare eggplant and make a delicious meal out of it. Now let's get started. Before I dive into the 5 reasons for you to eat eggplant, I wanted to mention that eggplant is a staple food in the Mediterranean diet. You've probably all heard about how the Mediterranean diet is considered the best diet for weight and health optimization. Well, it just happens that eggplant is a key vegetable in that diet. If you've been to a Greek restaurant or a Turkish restaurant, you've probably had babaghanoush, which is an eggplant-based dish. Or if you went to a French restaurant, you might have had ratatouille, which is an eggplant-based dish that's made in the south of France. And then of course, we've all had eggplant parmesan at Italian restaurants. So we know how eggplant is delicious. So yes, that could be one reason to eat it, but I'll give you 5 health-based reasons for you to do that. And let's start right now. So the first reason to incorporate eggplant in your day-to-day is based on this awesome research coming from Japan. They did a double-blinded, randomized controlled trial involving 100 participants. In that study, all they used was 1.2 grams of dried eggplant, and they tested it against placebo. So they created 2 groups randomly out of 100 people. The first group they gave dried eggplant, and the second group they gave another pill where they thought they were getting dried eggplant, but it was actually not eggplant in there. It was a 12-week study, and at the end of the 12 weeks, they measured blood pressure as well as psychological state measures. And what's fascinating is they saw that actually the blood pressure of those who had the eggplant powder reduced significantly for those who had the eggplant relative to the placebo. It also improved their mood relative to placebo significantly. Now, I don't know about you, but I had no idea that 1.2 grams of eggplant could do that kind of thing. And the researchers attribute that benefit from the acetylcholine that's in eggplant, which is a powerful compound, which apparently has benefits for blood pressure and mood. Now, one interesting thing about that study is that the patients actually took this eggplant powder for 12 weeks and then stopped. And we do see actually that the benefits stop after 16 weeks, 4 weeks after they stopped their treatment. This really shows the importance of consistency in diets, and especially consistently providing your body with nutrients and foods that are beneficial. The second reason to incorporate eggplants is that they're a very good source of minerals and B vitamins. Just 160 grams of eggplant, or 2 cups, actually contains 10% of your potassium requirement, 20% of your manganese requirement, and 6% of your magnesium requirement. And it also contains 10% of your folate requirement for the day, which is a B vitamin. So with just 1.2 grams of eggplant, you get blood pressure and mood benefits. But if you make it 160 grams, you get additionally those minerals and B vitamins. Another really good reason for you to implement eggplants in your day-to-day is that they're very high in fiber. And fiber is a key nutrient that can help you regulate blood sugar response after a meal, especially when your meal includes foods such as potatoes or other high glycemic foods. Eggplant with the high fiber will buffer that glycemic impact. But don't just take my word for it and listen to the study coming from the UK. In that study, they had 15 participants eat potatoes, and they had different rounds where they randomly assigned potatoes plus some amount of fiber or just potato. What they noticed was the group that had the fiber plus the potato had a much lower blood sugar response than the group that only had potatoes. So eggplant, which is a very high fiber food, is a great food to have with potatoes if you want to maximize the nutrient input from your meal and limit as much as possible the glycemic response after the meal. The fourth reason for you to include eggplant in your day-to-day is that they contain very powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. Those anthocyanins have been shown to have very powerful antioxidant activities in colon cancer cells and very powerful abilities to reduce DNA damage. And the fifth reason for you to incorporate eggplants is that they actually work very well even on a keto diet. 160 grams of eggplant is only 4 grams of net carbs, so it's really perfect for keto. And like I said, by virtue of it having a lot of fiber, it reduces your blood sugar response after your meal. So it's really perfect for you on a keto diet. Now I'm pretty sure you guys are all convinced that eggplants are awesome and that you should probably try to find a way to incorporate them in your day-to-day. Now I'll give you 3 easy tips on how to incorporate eggplants in your day-to-day. First way is actually to make it yourself, and it's a very, very simple recipe. You take a whole eggplant, you cut a hole in it, and you put a clove of garlic in it. And then you heat your oven at 400, put the eggplant on foil in the oven for 45 minutes to an hour. After 45 minutes to an hour, the eggplant is ready. You can just cut it in half and it should be mushy. Mix it with some olive oil and salt, and that's delicious as a side dish. So that's a really easy way for you to incorporate eggplant as a side dish in your meal. Second tip is, if you have a Mediterranean restaurant around you that can do delivery or that you like to go to, you've probably heard of babaghanoush. It's an eggplant-based dish that's actually delicious. It's made with tahini, eggplant, and olive oil. If you get that, just make sure that they actually use olive oil and not any other oil to make it, to make sure it's actually healthy. But that's a really easy way for you to have eggplant on a regular basis. The third tip is, you could actually just buy eggplant powder. That's dried eggplant that's put in a pill, and you can probably find that online. But I think it's much better for you to cook it yourself or to get it from a good restaurant than to actually get it in a supplement form. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, click subscribe. I'll be releasing videos weekly on how to optimize your health and weight and give you practical ways for you to implement those ideas on a day-to-day. Alright, thanks guys, bye.